Well, March 1st will mark 6 months since Hurricane Dorian ravaged the northern Bahamas. Dorian pummeled Abaco and Grand Bahama Islands with winds up to 185 miles per hour and a 23-foot storm surge. The assault lasted for days when Dorian stalled over the region.
Officials estimate damage at $3.5 billion, the vast majority on the Abaco Islands. Electricity not expected to be fully restored until this summer. Saltwater from Dorian's storm surge contaminated drinking water. Roads were finally cleared in January, but debris hasn't been removed, simply piled to the side. Ugh.
Well, let's talk about the Bahamas' long road to recovery from this with Matt Weidman. He's the president of the relief organization Love and Life Foundation. And Matt joins us now from Winter Park, Florida this morning. And first question, Matt, is let's focus on the housing. Talking 14,000 people lived on the Abaco Islands before Dorian, but most left because the homes were destroyed. Talk about this kind of quick but temporary solution you have now called portable pods.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. So in the early days after the storm, we recognized that there was a major housing shortage. So we got in touch with Insomniac, one of the largest music festival producers in the world, who provided us nearly 1,000 shift pods. Shift pods are rigid frame, thermally insulated living units that are roughly the size of a bedroom. So after the storm swept away homes, roads, schools, we were able to provide people a sense of living by providing them the shift pods and allowing them to rebuild and begin a sense of normalcy in their lives.
I mean, what besides housing is the greatest need on Grand Bahama and the Abacos right now?
So you can imagine if homes, schools, roads, everything was swept away, they need to rebuild from the ground up. So we're focusing on housing. So that's everything related to beds, kitchens, giving people their homes back, as well as rebuilding the schools. So we intend to send next week 2 school buses so that we can provide kids a means to get to and from school. We're sending computers, school books, so that kids can restart what they are very excited to restart, which is their schooling and education.
Besides your organization, there are a lot of volunteers, a lot of other organizations out there right now trying to bring relief items to the pipeline. Talk about Crossroads Alliance.
Yeah, so Crossroads really stepped up in a big way. Steve Ewing, who runs that group, got in touch with me about a month after the storm. He was provided a 100,000 square foot warehouse. He also has a network and fleet of trucks. So Steve provided the trucking services anywhere in the Southeast so that we could acquire donations, brought them to the warehouse in Titusville. Then we linked up with Lyft, run by Mike Reddick, who handles all of our customs processing and all the paperwork related to moving the equipment from here in the U.S. across either the sea or by air. We've also partnered with The Glory, which is a ship operated by a family, Shauna and James Downs, who also have 3 daughters who actually live on the ship. This is their mission. So between these organizations, we've created a full vertical supply chain so that if you have donations of furniture, vehicles, clothing, we will go acquire those donations, bring them to our warehouse, inventory them, handle all the processing, and either send them by ship or air.
Wow, that's beautiful. I mean, so how can our viewers help?
So 3 ways. 1, financial donations, and Crossroads has been such a great partner. If you go to crossroadsam.org, you can provide a financial donation to sponsor transportation. The other side is if you want to volunteer, email our group at loveandlife501c3@gmail.org. Lastly, if you have furniture, vehicles, anything, computers, school books, anything you think is applicable for people to restart their lives, either in terms of housing or schooling, again, email me at loveandlife501c3@gmail.org or .com, and we will handle acquiring and sending all that equipment over.
Matt Weidman, thank you so much for the help that your organization is providing to hurricane victims in the Bahamas, and also thank you for taking the time to talk with us this morning. And let's go ahead and show you, for the recovery efforts in Nassau, Bahamas, we're looking at the 7-day forecast. Dry conditions, pleasant until we get into the end of the week, and we do want some of those drier conditions to help out with those relief efforts for sure.